Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to my channel. This is Blood Phantom 81, aka Alex, and I'm very happy to have you. Today, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So, I won't be talking about technical analysis, I won't be talking about the stock market recaps or predictions or anything like that. Today, I wanted to talk about what I think is the most important thing when it comes to investing, especially for the long run and building wealth. So it's not something that a lot of YouTubers or financial experts actually talk about. But usually, what I think people think is the most important thing about investing is the rate of return, which I don't think is true. What I think is the most important thing about investing is how much money you're actually putting into your account. And if you play around with an investment and retirement calculator, so Dave Ramsey has a really nice one that I will link in the description below for you guys to play around with. But if you guys play around with one of these and you realize that you don't like the results after 20 years or 30 years or something of investing, then I think what's more important is not really fixing the rate of return, but obviously how much money you're putting in. Now, how much money you can put in to your account largely depends on how much money that you get paid. And I know that there are a lot of different jobs out there. Some are salary, some are hourly, some are commission based, and things like that. And some of those jobs are easier to scale more and get paid more. But that's largely the number one factor of how much money you can put into your account. Obviously, there are other things like how much you can save and what your expenses are. That's definitely important too, as well. But if you really want to scale up, then increasing how much you get paid is kind of the way to go because in terms of like saving more, there's only so much that you can save. The pie is literally as large as how much you get paid, so it doesn't matter how slim you get. But anyway, that's a different video. But yeah, so like I said, with that being the case, the number one investment that you can make is yourself. And basically, when I mean invest in yourself, I mean invest in your knowledge and your talent and your skills and things like that. Those are what's going to make you more valuable to the workplace. And those are going to increase the amount of value that you can add for people in their everyday lives. And ultimately, that's how much you're worth in today's capitalistic society. So, in terms of investing in yourself, there are definitely a few things you can do. You can learn new skills. You can go to conferences and learn about sales and how to talk to people and how to, do some public speaking and things like that. Those are all high value skills. In terms of investing in your knowledge, you can go ahead and get a college degree, something like a STEM degree, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. These are all really high paying degrees. You can go out and get a new certification for something that says that you're qualified to do a particular task that's very specialized. These are all very valuable skills that I would kind of pursue if my number one objective was to retire early or at least retire with enough. And so when a lot of people talk about retiring with enough, I think in their head, the idea is by the time you're 65 or something, 65 or 70, then you'll have enough money to retire. And to me, that's a little bogus. So I was always looking for ways to accelerate that because it doesn't make sense that you work so hard until you're 65, so that only at that point of 65 can you, do whatever you want to do, basically. And retirement can obviously mean different things to different people. For example, you can still make income while you're retired if in fact you're doing what you actually want to do. So the purpose of this video is not to shame work or anything like that. Retiring to me is basically having enough money so that what you're doing isn't completely motivated by how much money you're going to be bringing in because of that task. So it's basically doing what you want to do, which I think is extremely important. We're all human beings. We all have dreams and aspirations and things like that. So like I was saying, my number one motivation was always thinking about how to make more money when I was in high school, when I was in college and things like that. And actually, I think even as early in middle school. So when I was in middle school, a computer science teacher asked all of us what we wanted to do when we grew up and what kind of jobs we wanted. And obviously, that's not the first time I heard that question, but for some reason, and on that particular day, it was even more like important to me for some reason. So what I did was I just Googled high paying jobs. and all of those usually required a college degree or something like that. So the one that I eventually settled on was computer science. And obviously computer science paid well, but it was actually something that I could see myself doing. So I kind of went that route. And I think even at this age, at 23, I'm paid pretty well for for my age, which I won't disclose. But yeah, like I said, my number one goal was never to just get the best rate of return and be the best stock trader. It was just I want to bring as much money in as possible so that I can play with it the way I want to. So anyway, I'm not saying that I'm doing super well or I'm not like crazy well off either. As you can see, this is not a crazy amount of money, although I do have different accounts. I just want to reiterate that in the world of investing, it's important to be practical and realistic with yourself and not get so hung up on, deciding between MasterCard or Visa. They're both obviously very good stocks. Over the long run, they're both going to average like, 14% a year or something like that. But it's going to matter a lot more if you can put more money back into your investment account. So I don't want this video to get too long. That's just basically the gist of it. I just wanted to bring a little bit of realism into our lives and things like that. So yeah, hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.